He looked at me like I was his, even when I wasn't wearing his scent. It was stupid. The way his eyes followed me, quiet, heavy, like touch without touch, like breath without sound. Always from across the cafeteria. Same time, same table, same shirt half tucked in. Always fixing his collar. His scent, always pine wood and burnt sugar. Sharp at the edge, but warm underneath. It clung to the air even after he left. I tried not to notice. I swear, I sat 2 tables away for weeks facing the window. I never looked at him first. But I always knew when he looked at me. The jacket on my back wasn't mine. It still smelled faintly like him. The one who left, bitter citrus and iron. Too clean, too cold, but it made me feel safe. No, maybe just less empty. I clung to it like memory, like denial. He knew, I knew he knew. Because that day, the rainy one, he didn't look away. Everyone was rushing, folding umbrellas, shaking off water, but he stayed, still, watching me and not like others. Watched Omegas. His eyes didn't drop to my hips, or to the faint gland bruise below my ear. They went still, focused. Like, he wanted to say something. I held my tray tighter, sat, pretended not to feel his scent move closer. He didn't dare approach, not then. But after that, it began. Small things. An extra napkin beside my tray, always there before I arrived. The vending machine that never worked for anyone else somehow gave me free tea every morning. The exact flavor I liked. No one admitted it, but I knew it was him. Still, he said nothing. Not a word. Just those eyes. The first time we crossed paths, really crossed, was by the side corridor, behind the gym. I was fixing my hoodie. The rain had soaked through. My fingers were stiff. He walked past, then stopped, turned. My hands froze. He reached into his coat, pulled out a scarf, held it out. Didn't say a word. I didn't take it. Just whispered. I said not cold. He looked down, at my shaking hands. Still, he said, one word. Deep voice, rough around the edges. Still. He left it on the railing and walked away. That scarf stayed in my drawer for weeks. I never wore it, but I never gave it back either. Sometimes I wondered what he smelled like up close. Not just pine, not just smoke, but the raw scent. The true one, the one buried under heat and heartbeat. I told myself I didn't want to know. Lie. Because one night I dreamt about it. His body over mine, his voice in my throat. My skin marked by his scent, like ink, like flame. I woke up breathless, shaking. I held the old jacket tighter, breathed in its fading scent like it could protect me. But all it did was make me feel lonelier. Because it wasn't him. The one who left had never looked at me like that. Like I was breakable. But like I could run. But he wait. One morning I found something new. A small paper cup, hot tea, steam curling softly. Under it, a note. Your jacket smells like someone else. You should stop wearing it if you want to be seen. No name, no signature. But I knew, and that night, I didn't wear the jacket. It felt wrong. Naked, but light. I sat in my usual spot. He wasn't there. Not at his table. Not near the lockers. Not behind the gym. I told myself I didn't care. Lie. I searched for him with my eyes. Every few minutes. Every breath. He didn't come. The next day. Same. Empty chair. Empty scent. My throat burned. I stopped eating. I started wearing the jacket again. Pathetic. 3 days later, I found the scarf gone from my drawer. I hadn't moved it. Someone had. Someone with a key. Someone who smelled like pine wood. My heart twisted. The next time I saw him, it was accidental. I was leaving the library late. Cold wind. Sky dark. No one around. And then I turned a corner. And there he was. Leaning against the wall, head low, hoodie half zipped, hands in pockets. He looked up, and something cracked in me. We stared. No words. No movement. Just scent. His warmer now. Raw, almost trembling. Mine confused. Thin. Afraid. I opened my mouth. Closed it. He stepped forward. One step. Then too, why did you stop wearing it? He asked. I swallowed. My voice came out small. Didn't Set want to forget? He stopped, stared at me. I didn't Set want to be a replacement. I shook my head. You stir not. He moved again. Closer. Too close. His scent wrapped around me like fog. Like memory I didn't have but wanted. His eyes lowered, to my throat, to the spot just under my gland. Then take it off, he whispered. I froze. He reached out. Fingers brushed the collar of the old jacket. Slow, careful. He didn't Set yank. He slid it off, folded it, dropped it on the bench beside us. Then he pulled off his own hoodie, wrapped it around me. It was warm, soft, smelled like him. Not just surface scent, deeper, rooted, claiming. I couldn't Set breathe. He leaned down, forehead against mine. You smell better in mine, he said. I closed my eyes. And didn't that say no? Didn't Set run? Didn't Stit lie? That night, I slept in his hoodie, and when I woke up I realized I didn't miss the old scent anymore. Because I Set found something softer. And it wasn't Set guilt. It wasn't Sit raining that day. Sky was overcast, sure, but not a single drop had fallen yet. Still, he stood at the corner with an open umbrella, like he was waiting for a storm only he could feel. I didn't Set want to walk toward him, but my feet did, and when I reached him, my shoulder brushed his arm, and he tilted the umbrella wordlessly. Half his scent drifted toward me. Warm pine again, but this time, softer, mixed with something like chamomile, like the kind of tea someone makes when they want to soothe someone they can't touch. I didn't Set say thank you. He didn't Set ask me to. We walked 5 steps together before I realized it was his umbrella. Not shared, given. The handle pressed into my palm, light and deliberate. When I looked back, he was already walking into the drizzle. No hood, no rush, just wet shoulders disappearing into fog. My chest felt tight for no reason that made sense. The umbrella stayed in my bag for days. Like the scarf. Like the teacups. Like the memory of his fingertips brushing mine that day near the vending machine. I hadn't been able to open the bottle. My hands were shaking too much. A low blood sugar maybe. Or maybe I hadn't eaten again. I forget. He didn't say anything, just reached forward, took it gently and twisted the cap with one slow turn. Our fingers touched. Just barely. Just enough. Too much. I stepped back. Fast. He didn't Set follow. Just looked at his own hand like it had betrayed him. Like he hadn't Set meant to linger. Like I was something fragile, something sacred. Or something forbidden. I sat down on the bench outside. He sat 4 steps away, close enough to hear breath, far enough not to touch. It was always like this. Close, but never enough. Soft, but never spoken. I didn't Set know what it meant, what he wanted. Omegas like me, only always learned to look behind the gesture, to watch the hands, not the smile, the scent, not the words. But with him, there was no mask, no fake pheromones, no practiced smile, just stillness, like he was waiting for something I didn't know how to give. Or scared I Set take it and disappear. One afternoon I found tea on my desk again. Same kind, no note. But this time it was warm, still fresh. He must have just left. I looked around. Found no one. But the air smelled like him. Heavy. Familiar. Safe. That night I couldn't sleep. I lay awake with the old jacket clutched to my chest. The one from before. The one that still held the other scent. Faded now, almost bitter. I buried my face in it. It didn't Set help. It didn't Set feel like home anymore. It didn't Set feel like anything. I thought of his hoodie, of the way he watched me from behind book stacks, of the way he touched my elbow once, when I stumbled, just a second, just enough to steady me, and then his hand had vanished like it had burned him. Why? Why didn't Tetsi pull me closer? Why didn't Set he ask? Why didn't Set he stop being kind? The kindness made it worse. If he hated me, I Set understand. If he wanted me, truly wanted me, I'd know what to do. But this in between, it made me ache. Made me afraid. Made me hope. I hated that part the most. One evening I dropped my pen near the lockers. I bent to pick it up and felt a jacket brush my back. Not harsh, not aggressive, just shielding. Him. I didn't need to turn. I felt him, in every nerve, every heartbeat. Wind sips strong, he murmured. Then silence. My hands clenched the pen tighter. He stayed behind me for a long moment, and then stepped away. I turned too late. He was already gone. But the warmth hadn't left. It clung to my skin like memory. Like scent after scenting. Like guilt. The next day I walked past him in the hall. He didn't look at me. I thought he was tired of me. Thought I imagined it all. My scent must have dulled. Too thin to notice. Too used up. But then I paused. Took a breath. The air was sharp. Not mine. His. Not just near me. Around me. Stronger than usual, uncontrolled. I turned. He was gripping his own locker, head down, jaw clenched. Eyes red. Not from tears. From rut suppression. He was trying to hold it back. And I was the trigger. My throat went dry. I didn't speak. Didn't move. But inside, I broke. He wanted me. Badly. Desperately. But he never let it show. Not fully. Because he didn't want to scare me. Didn't want to hurt me. Didn't want to be like him. The one before. The one whose scent still lingered in my jacket like smoke on burnt wood. I went home that night and stood in front of the mirror. Took off the jacket. Stared at myself without it. Naked collarbones. Bare gland. No mark. No scent. Just me. Empty. I whispered, "Why are you kind to me?" My own voice didn't answer. Next morning he wasn't at his usual spot. But his scent was lingering. Like he'd stood there for too long before leaving. I sat down anyway. Waited. 2 minutes passed. Then a hand placed something beside me. Warm. A paper bag. A cup of tea. I looked up. He was standing there, expression unreadable. Eyes tired. But locked on mine. "I didn't know if you come," he said. I swallowed. My throat hurt. "I didn't know if you want me to." He sat, not beside me, but across. Table between us. Like always. Still not close enough. But I could smell it. His scent, stronger now. Thicker. Like he was letting it leak on purpose. Marking the space. Marking the moment. Maybe, marking me. "I don't know what this is," I whispered. He looked down. Then slowly reached into his pocket. Pulled out something small. A button. From the jacket I used to wear. How? It fell off. Weeks ago I kept it. Why? He met my eyes. Held them. Didn't blink. Because it didn't belong to you. Silence. Only the ticking of the clock above the exit sign. Only the scent of pine and smoke and something aching in my chest. I stood. He didn't stop me. But when I turned to go, he spoke again. Quiet. Sharp. Raw. "You don't have to be claimed to be safe." My knees went weak. I didn't look back. But I held the button all the way home. That night, I didn't wear any jacket. I lay in bed with the teacup on my table. And for the first time, I dreamed of someone holding me without hurting me. Of someone scenting me without owning me. Of someone seeing me and not turning away. It started in my chest. A slow warmth. A throb beneath my ribs. I thought maybe I was tired or dehydrated again. The lights in the empty station flickered overhead, humming too loud, buzzing like static inside my ears. I leaned against the wall by the lockers. Breath shallow. Fingers trembling. I couldn't stop smelling everything. Plastic, rust, distant oil from vending machine coils. But underneath it, my own scent. Too sweet, too thick, like honey spilled on sun-warmed stone. It clung to my skin, slick at the back of my neck, between my thighs, my gland pulsing even before I touched it. No. No, no, no. It wasn't supposed to happen here. Not now. I gripped the locker handle. My legs gave a little. The heat was rising. Under my skin, in my blood, beneath my tongue. I bit down on my sleeve. Tried to muffle the sound. Tried to hold it in. But it was bleeding out anyway. My scent, unmarked, uncontrolled, vulnerable. I sank to the floor, hugged my knees. The cold tile did nothing. I was burning from inside. I didn't even hear his footsteps. Didn't smell him right away either. Not over the noise of my own scent drowning everything else. But I felt him. The air changed. Thicker, tighter, warmer. Like the pressure in a room just before a thunderstorm breaks open. And then his scent cut through mine. Pine wood, smoke, sharp, protective. My body stilled. I looked up. He was there. Just standing. Breathing hard. His hoodie unzipped. His hands clenched at his sides. The muscles in his jaw twitching. His eyes, not soft now. Wider, darker. Almost afraid. But not of me. Afraid for me. I opened my mouth but nothing came out. Just air. Just heat. Just a noise that didn't sound like me. He didn't move closer. Didn't touch me. He just crouched. Slowly, like approaching a wounded animal. I turned my face away. Shame. 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 He could smell it. All of it. My heat. My fear. My ache. He was an alpha. He set to know. And yet, he didn't reach. Didn't claim. Didn't command. He whispered, "Is it your first?" I shook my head. Too fast. Too hard. Regret bloomed instantly, dizziness crashing over me in waves. I gripped the edge of the bench beside me. Still burning. Still slipping. I thought I had more time. I croaked. My voice didn't sound like mine. It sounded younger. Smaller. Like someone who hadn't been touched in a long time. I thought I could make it home. His breath hitched. You should told someone. I didn't want to owe anyone. He looked down. Said nothing. Then he took off his hoodie. Rolled it. Gently slid it beneath my head as I leaned back. Still no touch. Just scent. A wall of scent. And it helped. Just a little. My body stopped shaking. But my gland kept pulsing. I curled further in. Clenched my jaw. And then, a sound. Not mine. His. A low growl in his throat. Controlled. But barely. I looked up. His eyes were darker now. His pupils too wide. He was close enough that his knee almost touched my boot. I shouldn't be here, he said. Then go, I whispered. He didn't move. You don't want me here. I do. The truth slipped out before I could stop it. A beat of silence. Then another. Do you want me to scent you? My breath caught. He asked. That made it worse. Made it harder to say no. Harder to lie. I closed my eyes. I didn't answer. But I tilted my head. Just enough. Just barely. The collar of my shirt had slipped low. My gland was exposed, red, swollen, bare, vulnerable. I felt him move. Not fast. Not hungry. Slow. Restrained. His breath near my ear first, then my nape. Then lower. His hand brushed my hair aside. Fingers cold. Touch gentle. Then, a warm mouth. Not biting. Just scenting. Breath on skin. His lips didn't press. They hovered, so close. And when his scent touched mine, my heat flared. Exploded. The world narrowed into scent and sound. I gasped. Loud. My hips twitched forward, involuntarily. My skin felt raw. Open. He froze. His mouth still hovering at my gland. Then, he whispered, I can sit, unless you say it. I bit my own wrist. Shaking. Then turned my head. Our eyes met. I whispered please, and that was enough. He leaned in. His tongue grazed my gland. Slow, hot, deliberate. One lick. Then another. Not marking. Just soothing. Just claiming scent without the claim. But still, my body responded. I moaned. Quiet, shaky, shameful. His other hand slid to my back. Not gripping, just grounding. Every breath between us grew louder. Deeper. He pulled back. Barely. His voice low. You smell like panic. I set him trying not to. You don't have to try. And then, his lips brushed my gland again. Not marking. Not biting. just staying there. Warm, real, possessive in its softness. My body melted. Not into need, into trust. I whispered, "Will you stay until it passes?" "Yes." He didn't hesitate. "I don't want to wake up alone." "You one sit." I reached up, slowly, and touched the hem of his sleeve. Just held it. Held him. "I didn't want anyone else." He whispered back. "I didn't want to be anyone else." We stayed like that. Until the heat stopped roaring. Until my body stopped shaking. Until I forgot what loneliness smelled like. I don't know when it stopped being warmth and started being fire. One second I was wrapped in his hoodie, my back pressed to the cold tile, his scent holding me steady, and the next, the heat in my bones flared too fast, too hard, like a match snapped in half and lit from both ends. His breath hitched. I felt it before I saw it, the shift. Like thunder trapped in muscle. His body hovering over mine, hands flat against the floor on either side of my head, every muscle in his arms trembling, not from exhaustion, from restraint. I turned my face away, but it didn't help. His scent was everywhere now. Not just pine. Roar. Wilder, like storm clouds and ash. Sharp, thick, intoxicating. It coated the air like fog. It pulled something out of me I didn't know how to silence. I whimpered. Not loud. Not on purpose. But enough. His body jerked. I felt the sound break something in him. I reached out, trying to push, or pull. I don't remember. My fingertips barely grazed his chest. Heat pulsed beneath his skin, his gland burning through his collar like a sun too close to earth. He flinched. But he didn't move away. "Say stop," he rasped. Voice wrecked. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. Just a shallow breath. Just scent. Our scents. Entangled. Tangled. Fighting and folding and claiming. I should said no. Should ask for space. But I was already drowning. And he looked like he was already gone. His forehead touched mine. Soft. Shaking. "I'm trying," he said, voice tight. I'm trying not to. I felt it then. His rut. Fully crashed. His heartbeat pounded through his chest, echoed in my ribs. Our rhythms clashed. Unsteady, desperate. I tried to move my legs, but they wouldn't listen. Every nerve under my skin screamed yes, while my mind whispered too fast. But his touch didn't demand. It hovered. Until I leaned. Until I arched. Just a little. My body gave permission before I did. And that was all he needed. His hands slid under me. Lifted me. Not rough. Not hurried. Like break if he used too much. But I was already breaking. Breaking open in heat. In want. In something I hadn't let myself feel in so long. The first touch of his lips to my gland was fire. Soft. Devastating. A whimper broke from my chest before I could stop it. "Don't bite," I whispered, eyes fluttering. "I once he breathed. And he didn't But he licked. Slow, hot, deep. I cried out. It wasn't pain. It wasn't pleasure. It was something deeper, something I couldn't name. My scent spiked. His breath stuttered. Then, he pressed forward. Chest to chest. Body to body. His rut was thick now. I could feel it rising off him in waves. The animal underneath his skin was awake, clawing. But he kept it caged. Barely. His fingers threaded with mine. Locked. Pinned above my head. Not to trap me. To anchor himself. I whispered his name once. Only once. He groaned. Full-bodied. The sound shook through both of us. He rocked forward. Once. Twice. Not inside. Not yet. Just his hips. The friction sparked more heat through me than I could hold. My back arched. My breath broke. Everything smelled like us. Know him. He was everywhere. In my mouth. In my blood. In the air. Too much. I turned my head, bit my arm again to keep from crying out. He pulled back. Breathing fast. Shaking. I need to stop. But he didn't move. His body trembled above mine. His hands fisted the fabric beneath me. I stared at his jaw. Tensed. Shadowed. His eyes squeezed shut. I whispered, I said I'm okay. He shook his head. No, you stare in heat, you stare as sweet. I can set think. But you sit you're not hurting me. That sip's not enough, he said. That sip's not enough to trust myself. His voice cracked. I reached up, touched his face. He leaned into it like he hadn't been touched in years. Then just hold me, I said. His breath caught. He pulled me up, into his lap, wrapped me in his arms. His rut roared between us like a caged storm. But he held it back. For me. Because of me. And I melted. I pressed my forehead to his shoulder, let my scent bleed into his hoodie. It was soaked now. In heat, in guilt, in want. I didn't set care. He cradled me tighter. Said nothing. His scent kept rising. But his hands never wandered. His lips never claimed. He just stayed. I don't set know when I blacked out. The fire blurred into silence. Scent into sleep. Touch into something softer. When I opened my eyes I was on the floor. Head pillowed on his hoodie. Zipped, tucked around me like a shield. The bruise on my neck throbbed. Not from a bite. From too much need held back. His back was to me. Kneeling by the door. Hands clenched, shoulders hunched. I sat up. My body ached. But not from pain. From emptiness. He didn't set turn. I whispered. Thank you. He flinched. Still didn't peace face me. I pulled the hoodie tighter. It smelled like me now. Mixed. Ruined. He whispered. I couldn't set protect you from my scent. You didn't set hurt me. I wanted to. No, you didn't set. He finally turned his head. Just a little. Eyes rimmed red. Not from rut. From holding back everything that wanted to claim. I looked down. The bruise on my neck peeked from the hoodie's collar. A ghost of a mark. But still mine. Still his. We didn't speak again. He walked me home. One step behind. Never touching. But close enough that if I stumbled he'd catch me. And I wanted to stumble. Just once. But I didn't set. Because if he touched me again, I knew I wouldn't let him stop. I left. Didn't leave a note. Didn't pack right. Just grabbed my phone, my ID, and a hoodie that didn't smell like him. My body still did. Even after 3 showers hot enough to burn. I thought if I moved fast enough, far enough the scent would fade. But it didn't set. Not from my skin. Not from the inside of my chest. Not from my lungs. Even the wind couldn't shake him off me. I got on the first train out of the city. A nowhere town. No plan. Just motion. The train was cold. Quiet. Too many people and too little space. I curled up by the window. Closed my eyes. And tried not to breathe. But he was everywhere. The hoodie pressed too tightly to my throat. My glands still throbbed under it. A phantom ache where his mouth had hovered. Licked. Scented. He didn't bite. He didn't bite. But he could have. Part of me wanted him to. A part I hated. A part I couldn't silence. I pressed my hand to my chest. Felt my own heartbeat. Still fast. Still scared. Still his. I stayed in a cheap capsule room above a rundown noodle shop. No windows. One flickering bulb. The scent of old oil covered everything. Still didn't discover his. I scrubbed my skin until it turned red. Changed clothes, changed again. Slept in someone else's shirt. Didn't matter. He stayed. Inside me. Clinging like smoke. Or regret. 2 nights passed. I didn't eat much. Didn't sleep right. The silence was loud. It wasn't that he hadn't come after me. It was that he didn't try. He let me go. That should made it easier. It didn't It made me feel like I hadn't mattered enough to chase. Like maybe it had all been heat and mistake and accident. But then, the knock came. Not on the door. On the capsule sip's broken speaker. A crackle. Then a voice. Soft, rough. His, please. I froze. Please just pick up. I reached for the panel. Pressed the button. Didn't speak. The line stayed silent for 3 seconds. Then he breathed. I felt it through static. I don't know where you are, he whispered. But if you there listening, come back. My fingers clenched. I touch you. Not unless you ask. Not unless you say it first. My throat burned. He kept speaking. I waited. I said I'll keep waiting. Just let me wait near you. I didn't set reply. But I cried. Silent. Hot. The kind of crying that leaves no sound, only scent. I buried my face into the pillow. Bit hard. He didn't say more. The line went dead. But he found me. Without chasing. He spoken without pulling. Begged without force. The next morning I went home. Didn't tell him I was coming. Just boarded the train with the same empty bag. But I didn't bring back that borrowed shirt. I didn't wear the old jacket either. I came back in nothing. Nothing to hide behind. Nothing to scent block. Nothing but bruises that had bloomed under his restraint. The ones I let him leave. It was raining again. Of course it was. The kind of rain that soaks from the side. That leaves hair stuck to your skin. That makes you feel like the world wants to press you flat. I stood outside his building. Didn't knock. Didn't call. Just waited. The door opened slowly. Not because he knew I was there. Because he was leaving. He stopped mid-step when he saw me. Breath caught, eyes wide, hair wet. We stared. Long. I said nothing. His hands didn't move. Then, his eyes dropped. To my neck. To the fading bruise beneath the collarbone. Not a bite. But close enough. His lips parted. Then closed again. I finally whispered, "If you touch me again." His throat moved. Swallowed hard. Rain hit the ground between us. He took a step forward. Slow. Careful. Eyes never leaving mine. Then another step. Close enough that I could feel it. His scent. Softer than I remembered. Still pine. But rain damp. Muted. Full of ache. Full of ache. I finished my sentence. Then touch me softer this time. His hands trembled. He didn't reach. Not yet. Are you sure? I nodded. Say it, he whispered. I want you. His chest shook. Like something in him gave out. But still he waited. I said'll go slow, he said. I nodded again. No, he whispered. Say it. I want you to go slow. Why? Because I want to feel all of it. And that broke him. His hands reached. Not fast. But sure. One to my cheek. The other to my back. He pulled me in. Held me like I was something sacred. His forehead dropped to mine. I felt his breath. Warm, unsteady. I missed your scent, he whispered. I missed your voice. He laughed. Just once. Just once. Just once. Just once. A breath of sound. Then he kissed me. Not on the lips. On my gland. Like before. But this time, softer. Like a promise. Like apology and claim and hope. All layered in one breath. I melted. Arms around him. Face buried in his chest. He held me tighter. Lifted me without asking. Carried me inside. No rush. No heat this time. Just us. The storm stayed outside. He set me down on the couch. Pulled a blanket over my legs. Sat beside me. Close, but not close enough to burn. I leaned into him. He wrapped his arm around me. Our bodies fit like memory. Like home. We sat like that for a long time. No words. Just warmth. Just scent. Then his hand lifted. Trembled near my jaw. I leaned in. Let him. His fingers brushed my throat. My collarbone. The bruise. I said sorry, he whispered. I shook my head. I let you leave it. He looked at me then. Really looked. Eyes full of guilt. And something else. Something harder. Deeper. Possessive. I thought I was holding back, he said. You were? No, he murmured. Not enough. I touched his hand. Laced our fingers. You stopped when I needed you to. I hated stopping. I know. Does that scare you? I leaned my forehead to his. No. He sighed. A tremble passed through him. I don't wanna be a regret. You or not. I don't wanna be another bruise. You or not. I wanna be the scent you keep. That broke me. Tears again. But not sad. Just full. Too full. I already do, I whispered. He kissed me then. For real. Soft, deep, slow. No teeth, no mark, just his mouth to mine. Just his scent filling the space between. I tasted rain. And ash. And the promise of never being alone again. We didn't speak much after that night. Words weren't needed, not when scent stayed behind longer than sound ever could. He started leaving his hoodie in my locker every morning, folded soft, sleeves warm from being worn just moments before. At first I didn't touch it, just stared. Then, I started wearing it, only when no one was watching, only in quiet corners. The first time I slipped it on, the fabric kissed my wrist like memory. It smelled like pine, like breath held too long. Like someone waiting. I stopped folding the sleeves. I wanted them long. Loose, like his arms still wrapped around me. His scent clung to my skin like a second heat. Not burning, not loud, just always there. A hum beneath my collar. A sigh across my pulse. Sometimes it made my heart beat too fast. Sometimes it made everything else go quiet. After a while, even the ache in my glands stopped flaring. My body recognized him now, even when he wasn't touching me. Especially when he wasn't sit. I started noticing the way his scent shifted. How it went sharp when I looked tired. How it mellowed when I walked past him without flinching. How it turned cloudy when I talked to anyone else. Even for a second, I pretended not to notice. But I did. Every note, every shift, every heartbeat. He never said anything, but I could feel it. This quiet, growing tension between us. Not sexual, not dangerous, just constant. Like we were already tied in some invisible way. Neither of us dared name. I should have been scared. I wasn't set. I felt steady in a way I hadn't set for years. One evening I stayed after school to shelve books in the library. My shirt had a tear near the sleeve. I tried hiding it, but he must have seen. When I opened my locker later, his hoodie was replaced by a clean one. Brand new, with a note folded inside. This one sips softer. I touched the fabric. It was warm. Not from heat. From him. That night I curled up in bed with it, pulled tight to my chin. My old jacket, the one I wore for comfort, for memory, for self-protection, lay in a corner, untouched for days. I still hadn't thrown it out. I didn't know why. Maybe because I wasn't ready to let go. Or maybe because some part of me was waiting for him to take it away. And eventually he did. It was late. Everyone else had gone home. The hallway lights flickered like tired eyes. I was standing at my locker, holding the old jacket again. It smelled like nothing now. Not bad. Just faded, empty. He walked up behind me. Didn't say a word. Just reached out. His fingers brushed mine. And then without asking, he took it from me. I didn't fight. Didn't speak. He turned, walked to the trash bin down the hall and dropped it in. No ceremony. No drama. Just finality. My chest clenched. Like I'd lost something. Like I'd gained something. I didn't know which. He came back, took his own hoodie off. Didn't ask. Just wrapped it around me. Zipped it up. His fingers brushed my neck. Soft, gentle, Isha. Possessive. It was instinct. I leaned forward. Just a little. Just enough. He caught me. Arms around my waist. His chin on my shoulder. Breathing soft. Even, why me? I whispered. My voice came out thin. Not from fear. From truth. He didn't answer at first. Then quietly, because you looked like you were waiting for someone to see you. He pulled back just enough to meet my eyes. His gaze was steady, bright. Not fix you, he said. Just see you. My breath stilled. Something in me cracked. Because I was waiting. For someone to notice the parts of me I never showed. The places that still hurt. The reasons I stayed quiet when I should have screamed. He saw all of it. Without asking. Without touching. Without taking. I blinked and tears slid down my cheeks before I could stop them. He didn't flinch. Didn't speak. Just reached up. Brushed them away with his thumb. I said not leaving, he said. I know. I said'll wait. You already are. He stepped closer again. Closer than before. I didn't back away. His forehead touched mine. Warm, real. You still shaking, he whispered. I nodded. I said, not scared. I know. I closed my eyes. Let the moment hold me. No rut, no heat, just breath. Just scent. Just us. Time passed like fog. Soft, unnoticed, until it was just him and me and the sound of the rain starting outside again. Always the rain. We sat on the floor beneath the windows. My head on his shoulder, his scent everywhere. You ever been marked? He asked quietly. I shook my head. He waited. Didn't Ned ask again? I didn't say anything either, but my hand reached out, found his, laced our fingers together. He exhaled slowly. Relieved. I looked up at him. I said, not ready. I know. But one day, his eyes softened. Only when you ask. Would you still want me then? His answer was immediate. Even more. I looked away. My pulse was too loud. You don't know everything about me, I whispered. I don't need to. You should. Then tell me. I paused. The words stuck in my throat. He waited. Always waiting. Always letting me come to him. So I did. I used to think I never feel safe again. I said, pink, not with anyone. Not even with myself. His hand tightened in mine. I thought I needed someone to fix that. I continued, to make me whole. You don't he said. I looked back at him. Tired. Exposed. But when I step near you, I don't feel broken. He leaned in. Kissed my forehead. Nothing more. Just a kiss there. The kind that says I hear you. I see you. I'm staying. And he did. That night, I walked home in his hoodie again. This time I didn't take it off. Not when I reached my door. Not when I lay in bed. Not even when I slept. I kept it zipped to my throat. Tight. Safe. Warm. The scent stayed all night. It was the first time I didn't dream of being alone. And when I woke up, my pillow didn't smell like fear anymore. It smelled like home. It smelled like him. And it stayed.